Analysis of the European elections 2024 impact, electoral programs and possible alliances. The European Parliament elections of 2024 have brought significant changes to the political landscape of the continent. We analyze the results of the main parties, their electoral programs, possible alliances and the common points between them. The European Parliament elections of 2024 have reflected a significant change in the political dynamics of the continent. Here we analyze the results of the main parties, their electoral programs, and the impact of their proposals. The European People's Party, or EPP, continues to be the leading force in the European Parliament, with 191 seats, increasing its representation compared to the previous legislature. Its electoral program is pro-Europe, committing to strengthening European integration and cooperation between member states. In economics, it promotes policies that encourage economic growth, competitiveness and employment, with a focus on digitalization and innovation. In security, it advocates strengthening the internal and external security of the EU, promoting a common defense policy and stricter border control. Regarding climate change, the EPP seeks to implement ambitious measures to reduce carbon emissions, promote renewable energy, and ensure the transition to a green economy. The impact of these proposals is clear. The EPP seeks to form a pro-European coalition with socialists and liberals, maintaining its influence in the formulation of key policies in the EU. Socialists and Democrats, known as S&D, won 135 seats, maintaining its position as the second largest force in the European Parliament. Its electoral program focuses on social justice, with the aim of promoting social equity, labor rights, and combating poverty and inequality. In health, they are committed to strengthening public health systems across Europe and ensuring universal access to health care. In education, it aims to invest in education and training to ensure that European citizens have the necessary skills for the future. Its environmental policy focuses on sustainable policies and the fight against climate change, with a focus on climate justice and a just transition. Socialists are crucial to forming a pro-European coalition, advocating for policies that prioritize social well-being and sustainability. Renew Europe, also known as RE, achieved 83 seats, cementing its role as a significant force in Parliament. His electoral program defends innovation and entrepreneurship, promoting economic growth through policies that support small and medium-sized businesses. They promote a European digital agenda that protects the rights of citizens in the digital environment. In foreign policy, its objective is to strengthen the EU's position on the world stage, promoting multilateralism and international cooperation. Its approach to climate change supports initiatives to combat it, with an emphasis on sustainability and the circular economy. Renew Europe will play a key role in the pro-European coalition, bringing a liberal and progressive vision that balances economic growth with individual rights and sustainability. Identity and Democracy, or ID, increased its representation to 58 seats, which reflects the rise of the extreme right in several European countries. Its electoral program emphasizes nationalism and sovereignty, opposing greater European integration. Its immigration policy is restrictive, focusing on border control and reducing illegal immigration. They advocate for strengthened internal security policies and the fight against terrorism. Economically, they support a strong national economy with protectionist policies that favor local industries. The growth of ID reflects political polarization and an increase in support for nationalist and Eurosceptic policies, which could complicate policy formulation at EU level. In the recent elections, the Greens' EFA won 49 seats, which allows them to continue influencing the environmental agenda within Parliament. His election program focused on ambitious climate change policies aimed at reducing carbon emissions and promoting the transition to renewable energy. They advocate for social justice and equity in all environmental policies, emphasizing the protection of biodiversity and natural ecosystems. In addition, they support the improvement of public transport and sustainable modes of transport. The Greens will continue to be a crucial voice in the fight against climate change and promoting sustainable policies within the EU. Possible alliances and common points. Pro-European alliances, EPP, S&D, and RE total seats, 191, PPE, plus 135, S&D, plus 83, RE, equals 409 seats. Common points, pro-Europe, commitment to European integration and cooperation. Climate change, implementation of policies to reduce emissions and promote renewable energy. Economy, promotion of economic growth, digitalization and support for SMEs. Social justice, promotion of social equity and access to education and health. Nationalist and Eurosceptic alliances, ID and ECR total seats 58, ID plus 72, ECR equals 130 seats. Common points, nationalism and sovereignty, defense of national sovereignty and opposition to greater European integration, immigration restrictive policies and border control, security strengthening internal security. Weight and role of non-registered members in the European Parliament. Non-attached MEPs, those who do not belong to any formal political group in the European Parliament, can play a significant role in the political dynamics of the European Parliament. Next, their influence, possible alliances, and the challenges they present are analysed. Weight of non-registrants. In the European elections of 2024, it is projected that there will be approximately 95 unregistered MEPs. These deputies may include members of parties that failed to join a larger group, new parties or independents. Among them, figures such as AfD, Germany, and Fidesz, Hungary, stand out. Role of the non-registrants. Independence and flexibility, independent policy. Those not registered can act with greater independence, without the obligation to align themselves with the discipline of a political group. Flexible negotiations. They can be more flexible in their alliances and voting, allowing them to negotiate punctually with different groups based on their interests. Influences on key voting, variable majorities. In a fragmented parliament, non-registered voters can tip the balance in crucial votes, especially when majorities are narrow. Decisive votes. Their support can be decisive in passing or blocking legislation, giving them considerable negotiating power. Visibility and voice opinion platform. Although not part of a large political group, non-registers can use Parliament as a platform to promote their ideas and agendas. Media and public debate. Its independence can attract media attention and public debate, indirectly influencing public opinion and European politics. Possible alliances and cooperations with nationalist and Eurosceptic groups, Identity and Democracy, ID, and European Conservatives and Reformists, ECR. Given that many non-registers share Eurosceptic or nationalist stances, they are likely to cooperate with ID and ECR on issues of national sovereignty, immigration and security. With pro-Europeans on specific issues, EPP, S&D and Renew Europe. Although less common, non-registers can ally with pro-European groups on specific issues that benefit their national or local agendas, such as infrastructure investment or agricultural policies. Challenges and limitations. Lack of resources and support. Less logistical support. Non-registers do not have access to the same resources and logistical support as larger groups, which may limit their ability to influence legislation. Less coordination. The lack of an organized structure can make coordination and long-term strategy difficult. Visibility and efficiency. Less visibility. By not being part of a large group, they may have less visibility in Parliament and fewer opportunities to participate in important committees and presentations. Limited efficacy. Their ability to advance legislative initiatives may be limited by their lack of collective and organizational support. Conclusion. Non-attached MEPs, despite their limitations, can have a significant impact on the European Parliament. Their independence and flexibility allow them to influence key votes and negotiate promptly with different groups. However, its effectiveness may be limited by a lack of resources and coordination. In a fragmented parliament, non-attached members can play a crucial role in shaping policies and forming variable majorities, underlining the importance of their role in the political dynamics of the European Union.